Today, I shared a slightly late review of the new Sabrina Carpenter album, Man's Best Friend. In case you somehow don't know, after playing the bad guy on Olivia Rodrigo's debut album and scoring a few mid-level hits in the past couple of years, 2024 saw former Disney star turned pop sensation Sabrina Carpenter erupt into one of the biggest stars in music on the back of singles like, most notably, Espresso, which was an absolute mega hit last summer. And it resulted in the album Short and Sweet, which, to be honest, I came away from pretty positively. I think there's a lot to like about Sabrina Carpenter as an artist. She's clever, she's funny, she's unique, she is not afraid to be a little bit too horny sometimes, and she's not afraid to play a bad guy in some senses. But going into this follow-up, I was concerned for a couple of reasons. The first being the unnecessarily short time frame between this record and its predecessor. The second being, I think the lead single Man Child is just okay. While it was really refreshing at the time it came out this year, I don't really think it holds a candle to a lot of the singles from her last two projects. And finally, Jack Antonoff, coming off a legendary pop cold streak, handles the production on like 75% of this new record. And unfortunately, some of those fears did come true. I would hardly call this record a disaster, but it is certainly a step back. Though I don't want to be entirely negative about it. Sabrina's personality, her demeanor, her swagger continues to be so infectious. And on the highlights on this record, like Tears and When Did You Get So Hot, she is shining in a way that none of her contemporaries are capable of. But the fact of the matter is, this record is just a more inconsistent bunch of tracks, hooks that don't quite hit as high as its predecessor, and several of the more low-key tracks on here, a thing that's always bothered me with Jack Antonoff's production, just feel extra lifeless, extra dull, hooks that do not hit with the drama and the poise that they really should, and instrumentals that just bring nothing to the table. So yeah, for Sabrina Carpenter fans, there are definitely a handful, even a majority of the tracks here that you're going to want to dig into and that continue to prove why she's so special. But to compare this with her last project, it is much more of a mixed bag. The lows are much lower, and it has me a little bit concerned about her ability to put together a fully cohesive album going forward. For that reason, I'm kind of rushing with the critical consensus here, who does not see this thing as good as Short and Sweet. 5.5 out of 10, in my opinion. I think it's more good songs than bad, but it's razor thin in a way that her last two projects weren't. So if you've heard the record, tell me in the comments what you think about it and whether Sabrina is going to bounce back both critically and commercially from Man's Best Friend.